Bonjour, good afternoon everyone, and thank you to the organizers for hosting this event. Talking about the connection between art and science, especially in English, is a bit challenging for me, but I do my best. So, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Nicolas Michel, aka Milkorva. I'm a French visual and new media artist based in Paris. I study contemporary and digital art at La Sorbonne, and I've been working in the new media art field for 5 years. My artwork have been exhibited in several places around the world, such as Interval Festival in Nizhny Novgorod, the Boston Museum of Science, or more recently, at Sonar in Istanbul. My work focuses on how new technology can expand storytelling as a creative medium. I love collaborating with people from different fields, such as creative coders, sound composer, or scientists. This lets me explore new cross-disciplinary perspectives. Among all my projects, I especially want to talk about one, Exposomes singulier, which connect with the theme of this event, the fusion of art and science. Okay. So last year in October, the CNRS, the French National Center for Scientific Research, and Le Cube, which is a center for digital and cultural innovation, launched a residency program. Their goal was to raise awareness about the concept of exposome. I wanted to propose a generative and immersive artwork where the audience had an active role to play. It was important for me to do something participatory so the public would feel connected or involved in the project. After a 4-month residency with Thomas Bonin and Francesca Merlin, the two researchers from CNRS, we were finally able to present Exposome singulier, or in English, singular exposome. We aim to create a collaborative approach promoting an art science practice where each field could learn from the others. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the concept of exposome, so let me give you a quick definition of it, even though I'm not a scientist. So, the exposome is a concept that links non-genetic factors of health and measures all of a person's exposure throughout life and the relationship of those exposures to health effect. Well, it's a complex definition, but in other words, the exposome is the sum of all exposure a person encounters over their life. As you can see on the screen, it could be biological, mental, physical, or chemical. It attempts to understand the effect of these exposures on our health. It includes elements like pollution, drinking, smoking, or exercise. The study of exposome aims to better understand how environmental factors in interaction with our genetics can contribute to the development of chronic diseases such as cancer. Now, let's take a closer look at the creative process and see how it connects to the concept of exposome. So here's the main timeline workflow. We'll go over each level step by step, the survey, the database server, the generative program, and finally the result, the artwork. So first, the survey. The installation is designed as a participatory experience where each viewer fills out an online survey composed of 11 questions. We go over the question a bit later. To keep interactions quick, most of the questions are rated from 0 to 5 or from 0 to 10. Second step, the database server. The answers are sent to a server which gives each participant a unique ID or number. As you can see, user 1 gets the ID number 1, user 2 the ID number 2, and so on. Once the survey is completed, the user can turn a central button in the installation and select their ID. The database server sends all participants' answers to the generative program. The generative program analyzes each response and converts it into intensity levels. This level adjusts different effects, creating a unique visual for each participant. Now let's talk about the visual process. The main visual challenge was to find a way to represent something as abstract as the concept of exposome, which is neither visible nor tangible. I wanted to maintain a poetic feel and to create a style that was less figurative. However, I still wanted the audience to be able to describe what they saw and to easily understand the connection with science in the project. I used Touch Designer to create this artwork. It's a powerful node-based software which works in real time, so we can adjust settings instantly. To do the visual, I used particles that could evoke human body cells or neural connections. The particle simulator system, as you can see on the right side of the screen, provides many different results due to its multiple settings. Features like colors, effectors, life, shape, or disciplinary are directly linked to users' answers. For the survey, our two main challenges with the CNRS were first, choosing the right question to ask to the public, and second, finding ways to connect this question to the visual. The concept of exposome is very broad, as it includes everything that is not genetics. It covers all types of environment, like I said before, physical, social, mental, and so on. This means there is a huge amount of possible data. So exposome studies are usually divided in two separate categories. The internal environment on the left side of the screen and the external environment on the right side. With the CNRS, we decided to focus on themes the audience could easily relate to, such as their age, their nutrition, their pollution, and their social status, for example. The idea was to let each participant create their own exposome in a personal and a subjective way. Yeah. Now look at two examples of the connection between the question and the visual. So the first example is about the internal environment. The answer about age defines the base shape. The older the person is, the more complex the shape becomes. We start with a simple cube and end with a shape that has multiple faces. The second example is about the external environment. The answer about noise pollution determines the presence around the central shape. The higher the noise level is, the more you see the surroundings. Our main concern was to avoid making a medical diagnosis of the spectators. So we choose to create visual connection based on the answer while staying away from anything moralistic. We also wanted to reflect the randomness of life. That's why we choose to incorporate it in the project. Colors and sounds are randomly selected for each participant. So each visual could remain singular or unique. So here are 16 different results from 16 different spectators. I'm going to show you now a short extract of the artwork. Here are three different results from three different spectators. You can see the ID on the bottom of each screen. Singular exposome was presented this year at Le Cube Garage. The project received a great response, with nearly 1,000 people taking part in the installation. Additionally, it was also displayed in the fan zone area during the Paris Olympic Games. In the future, I'd like the artwork to reach audiences beyond France. This will help people better understand this phenomenon. This could also allow us to compare cultural differences between countries and how the public perceive their own environment. If any one of you are interested in hosting this installation, please feel free to come and talk to me later. Thank you. Merci. 감사합니다.
네, 고맙습니다.
Thank you.